Hi, welcome back to the Complete Photography course. I'm Oliver Lundy and I'm a photographer from the UK. This is part of my bigger course, so if you haven't checked out the other videos, by all means check out the playlist and find out what else you could learn today. So, today we're talking about ISO. This is our third video in the exposure triangle series, and this is all about how you can brighten an image or darken an image using ISO and what impact it has on your images when you do. So let's dive right in. So what is ISO? So in the film days, it was literally just how sensitive to light was the actual film you were putting in the back of the camera. In the modern era, everything's pretty much digital these days, and it's just how much artificial kind of boosting are you doing in the camera. So because it's a digital image, the camera can just go, yeah, we need to make it brighter, and it just bumps everything up. So that's ISO, and the higher the number, the brighter the image, the lower the number, the darker the image. Most cameras will have a base ISO or a lowest ISO setting of about 100, or exactly 100, and it goes up from there, and it can go up in increments of sort of 1/3 of a stop, and a stop is just the amount, it's just a measurement scale for light, and as you go up, it will go up from sort of 100, 150, 200, and so on and so on and so on. And it can go really, really high, and you can essentially see in the dark through your camera. So that's what ISO is, and that's all it is. It's the simplest of the three in terms of aperture, shutter speed, and ISO, because that's all it does. The only thing that you need to know about ISO is that why would you change any other settings? Why wouldn't you just use ISO if it's that easy to make an image brighter or darker? And it is that easy, but there is a reason why you shouldn't do that, and it's grain or noise, digital noise. In film days it was grain, now it's kind of noise, but it's the same sort of effect. It makes images look really grainy, and when you get up into the really high ranges, it makes the colors kind of blend together a bit, and it just doesn't look very good. I'm going to put up on the screen right now two photos, one shot with a very low ISO and the same photo shot with a much higher ISO, and I've just compensated the other settings to make them roughly the same brightness, so you can see what really extreme levels of ISO do to an image. And as you can see, the one on the left looks clean and in focus. The one on the right looks just muddy and grainy and horrible. So there's a really simple rule with this, and this is touching briefly on the next video, which is how you put all of this stuff into practice. But basically you want to be shooting at the lowest ISO that you can. The lower the better. The cleaner, the nicer the image will look if you can shoot at a lower ISO. If you've got no other choices, if you can't compensate in any other way, then sure, bump up the ISO, but all you need to remember is that the lower the ISO, the better the photo. Okay, so that's really it for this video. It's a super quick one, really easy. ISO, bigger, brighter, lower, darker, and generally you want to be shooting at the lowest ISO possible to avoid noise in your images. Okay, so join me for the next video where we actually look at how we put all of this stuff together and in different scenarios and why you might choose different camera settings. And please do let me know if you've got any comments or questions, and do like and subscribe, it really does help us out. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, the exercise, how could I forget? So what I want you to do for this one is I want you to go out and I want you to shoot the same subject with different ISOs, just like we did with aperture. I want you to use the other settings to compensate and see if you can take a really high ISO image and a really low ISO image and see what difference it makes to your photos. Okay, see you in the next one.